Who's the dumbest person you've ever met? This guy at my part-time job who thought he was smarter than our entire management team. Jake was 19, worked there for like 2 months, and constantly bragged about how he could run this place better than anyone. The dude had zero experience, but acted like he'd invented retail. Every shift, he'd corner someone and explain his revolutionary ideas for improving the store. Most of us just nodded and walked away, but Jake took that as agreement. One Thursday, our manager had to leave early for a family emergency and wouldn't be back until Saturday. She put our assistant manager Sarah in charge, but Jake apparently didn't get the memo about the chain of command. The second our manager's car left the parking lot, Jake appointed himself acting CEO. He started walking around with this clipboard he found, telling everyone they were folding shirts wrong and arranging displays incorrectly. Then this customer came in with a clearly worn-out jacket asking about our return policy. Any normal employee would have called Sarah over, but Jake saw this as his big leadership moment. He confidently told the woman she could return anything within 90 days, no receipt needed, and even threw in that we'd give store credit for damaged items because customer satisfaction is our top priority. Here's the thing, our actual policy is 30 days with receipt required, and we definitely don't take damaged merchandise. But Jake was feeling important, so he approved the return and gave her $45 in store credit for this ratty jacket that probably came from Goodwill. Word spreads fast in small towns. Within a day, we had customers calling their friends about our amazing new return policy. People started showing up with bags full of random stuff, old clothes, broken electronics, even items that clearly came from other stores. Jake kept approving everything like he was Oprah giving away cars.
You get store credit, you get store credit, everyone gets store credit.
One lady brought in a toaster that looked like it survived a house fire. Jake examined it for literally 5 seconds and said, yeah, this is definitely defective. Here's $30 in credit. Another guy walked in with a shopping bag full of socks that were obviously used. Jake didn't even blink, just handed over $25 in store credit. The absolute worst was when someone brought in a clearly fake designer purse and claimed they'd bought it from us for $200. We don't even sell purses, but Jake was so caught up in his customer service fantasy that he gave them $150 in credit. Sarah was in the back doing inventory and had no idea what was happening up front. Every time she walked past, Jake would give her a thumbs up like everything was under control. By the time our manager returned 3 days later, we had a line of people out the door, our register was short $800, and Jake was proudly telling everyone about his customer appreciation event. Our manager walked in, saw the chaos, and immediately knew something was wrong. When she asked what was happening, Jake puffed out his chest and said, I implemented some customer satisfaction improvements while you were gone. She pulled him aside and he started explaining his brilliant strategy for building customer loyalty through flexible return policies. He genuinely thought he was about to get promoted. Then she checked the register and pulled up the security footage. Jake's face went from confident to confused to terrified in about 30 seconds. Even after seeing the numbers, Jake couldn't understand why everyone was upset. He kept saying, but I was just being nice to customers. Isn't that what we want? He tried to argue that this was all an investment in long-term customer relationships. Our manager had to explain that we'd just given away nearly $1,000 to people who were never planning to shop here anyway. Jake got fired on the spot, but even then he didn't get it. As security escorted him out, he was telling them how we'd regret losing someone with his business vision and how he was going to start his own store that would put us out of business.